He was a world champion. Then everything was taken away. His title, his career, his future. Most people thought it was the end. They were wrong. What happened next would turn a boxer into one of the greatest legends the world has ever seen. Muhammad Ali. I'll be hiding a few gloves throughout the video. Try to find all the hidden gloves. Muhammad Ali was not just a boxer. He became a symbol of confidence, resistance, and greatness that went far beyond sports. His story begins in Louisville, Kentucky, where he was born as Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. on January 17, 1942. He grew up in a segregated America, where racial injustice was a daily reality. Even as a child, Cassius showed strong personality and a sense of justice. One early moment that shaped his life happened when his bicycle was stolen. Angry and frustrated, he told a police officer that he wanted to whoop the thief. That officer happened to be a boxing coach, Joe Martin, who told him he should learn how to fight first. That simple moment changed his destiny. Cassius began training at Joe Martin's gym at the age of 12. At first, he wasn't the strongest or most skilled, but he had something special: speed, discipline, and unmatched confidence. He would constantly say he was the greatest, even before proving it. Many laughed at him, but he believed in himself more than anyone else did. He trained harder every day, running, sparring, and developing a style that was unusual for heavyweights. Instead of standing still and trading punches, he moved constantly, danced around opponents, and relied on quick reflexes. By the time he was a teenager, he was already winning amateur fights. In 1960, at only 18 years old, Cassius Clay qualified for the Olympics in Rome. There, he won the light heavyweight gold medal for the United States. This victory was supposed to be a celebration, but when he returned home, he faced racism again. There's a famous story that after winning gold, he was refused service at a whites-only restaurant in his hometown. This experience deeply affected him and shaped his views on America and equality. Soon after the Olympics, he turned professional. Under the guidance of trainer Angelo Dundee, Clay quickly rose through the heavyweight rankings. He was loud, fast, and unpredictable. Before fights, he would predict the exact round he would win in, taunting his opponents with rhymes and confidence. Many thought it was just marketing, but then he started proving it in the ring. In 1964, at only 22 years old, Cassius Clay faced the heavyweight champion Sonny Liston. Liston was considered unstoppable, a terrifying champion who had destroyed nearly everyone he fought. Almost nobody gave Clay a chance, but Clay shocked the world. He moved faster than Liston expected, avoided heavy punches, and frustrated him completely. After 6 rounds, Liston could not continue. Cassius Clay became the new heavyweight champion of the world. Immediately after the fight, he made an announcement that shocked even more people. He revealed that he had joined the Nation of Islam and changed his name to Muhammad Ali. This was not just a name change. It was a declaration of identity, faith, and independence. Many fans and officials were angry, and America was divided over him. As his fame grew, so did controversy. Ali became more outspoken about civil rights and the Vietnam War. In 1967, he refused to be drafted into the U.S. military, stating that he had no personal quarrel with the Vietnamese people and that his religious beliefs prevented him from fighting. As a result, he was arrested, stripped of his boxing titles, and banned from the sport at the peak of his career. He lost his license to fight and spent years away from the ring, during what should have been his prime. Those years were difficult. He was not allowed to box professionally from 1967 to 1970. However, during this time, he became a powerful voice for justice, giving speeches at universities and speaking out against war and inequality. Even though he was not fighting in the ring, he was fighting in a different way. In 1970, the ban was lifted, and Ali returned to boxing. But the world had changed, and so had he. He was slightly older, a bit slower, but still incredibly skilled. His return fights build up to one of the most famous trilogies in sports history against Joe Frazier. Their first fight in 1971, known as the Fight of the Century, was brutal. Both fighters were undefeated, and the match was intense. After 15 rounds, Frazier won by decision, handing Ali his first professional loss. Ali did not stop. He trained harder and came back stronger. In 1974, he faced George Foreman in Zaire in a fight known as a Rumble in the Jungle. Foreman was younger, stronger, and feared for his knockout power. Almost everyone expected Ali to lose. But Ali used a strategy later called the rope-a-dope, leaning on the ropes and letting Foreman exhaust himself. In the later rounds, when Foreman was tired, Ali struck with precision and knocked him out. He regained the heavyweight title and shocked the world once again. In 1975, Ali and Frazier met again in the Thrilla in Manila, one of the most brutal boxing matches ever fought. Both men pushed themselves to the limit in extreme heat. After 14 exhausting rounds, Frazier's corner stopped the fight, and Ali was declared the winner. Ali later said it was the closest thing to dying he had ever experienced. Ali continued fighting into the late 1970s, but his body was starting to slow down. In 1981, he retired from boxing. Years of punishment in the ring began to show, and he was later diagnosed with Parkinson's syndrome, likely caused by repeated head trauma. Despite this, he remained active in public life, becoming a global humanitarian figure. He lit the Olympic flame in 1996, an emotional moment watched by millions around the world. Muhammad Ali passed away on June 3, 2016, but his legacy is far bigger than boxing. He was a 3-time heavyweight champion, an Olympic gold medalist, and one of the greatest athletes of all time. But more importantly, he was a man who stood by his beliefs, even when it cost him everything. His story is not just about punches and victories. It is about confidence, sacrifice, resistance, and greatness. Muhammad Ali didn't just say he was the greatest. He lived a life that made the world believe it.